Okay, my name is Shane Haas. I'm a physical therapist and installer of grab bars today. I also have a little bit of an ergonomics background, gotten into the niche of helping to modify homes for people with disabilities. Today, we're putting in a grab bar for somebody who just got home from the hospital and is having trouble getting in and out of the shower safely. We've already put in one 18-inch grab bar at the foot of the tub wall, the control wall. We're going to put a nice 36-inch grab bar on the sidewall. And you just unpack it. I keep the trash bag close by to keep the work site clean. I've noticed these end caps on grab bars playing around, as you can tell, so I like to limit that noise by using a little bit of painter's tape just to simply keep them at bay until we need them again. Otherwise, they clang here and there and drive you nuts when you're putting the bar in. Painter's tape's great because it doesn't leave any residue and it functions quite nicely. Use a dry erase marker to help with placement. General guidelines from ADA on placement on the sidewall is it has to be at least 12 inches from the head of the tub wall. So I want to make sure that I don't have more than a gap of 12 inches there and 24 inches from the head of the tub wall. Foot of the tub, head of the tub. When we're laying in the tub, our feet are this way. Our head is the other way when we're taking a bath. We also want the height of the grab bar about 36 inches from the foot or the floor of the tub. And we've set this one at 36 inches. And we'll also put this one in. And that's about where that dot is, 36 inches off the floor of the tub. Now I can put my tape measure away. We'll put the grab bar in place to mark for our pilot holes. Trying to avoid the grout lines for our holes. And we're leveling off the grout line at the bottom. A little bit harder to hold the longer grab bars in place to mark, so I just want to double check, make sure our holes are going to be in the right spots, and they will be. Now we can set the grab bar to the side as we get ready to drill the holes. As we drill the holes, I use a hammer drill with a 1/4-inch diamond bit on the end. It cuts through the tile pretty nicely. Also very important to keep it moist as we drill. So I'll have just a squirt bottle in hand as we do that. I like to drill the top hole first because of that, because if we drill the bottom hole and come back to the top hole and we're squirting water in it, then it's going to come and get into the bottom hole. So starting at the top hole, moisten the drill bit, moisten the wall, and we're ready. Okay, and once we get through the layer of tile, I'd like to look and see what I'm getting into. So I've drilled out the outer layer of tile, and there can be plenty of other things behind the wall. Sometimes it's just drywall, sometimes it's Durock, there's some similar product thereof. Sometimes it's very flimsy. We want to make sure that we have something good back there. Okay. And you can see as the drill passes in so easily that we've drilled through the backer board and there's nothing behind the wall. So we'll use, in that case, a toggler to make sure we're getting a good secure coupling of the grab bar to the wall. Now we'll drill the bottom hole. With the drill, we start at an angle and then drop down as it bites into the wall. Okay. Through the outer layer of tile. Just as we have in the top hole, we have empty space behind the wall. So we're in between studs. Now we're going to come down and drill the other holes. Again, starting with the top hole, getting the bit nice and moist, getting the wall moist. And contact. Let's see what we got behind these holes. Felt like nothing. Okay. Switch it back. Drill that second hole. A little bit. Finish our last hole. And again, as that bit passes easily in and out of the wall, we know that we're not hitting the stud. Now we need to use our toggler bolts. So switch out the drill bit and finish with this one. Go back to a Phillips head bit. Put the toggler screws in. And also get the hammer drill out. We are finished with it. We'll get our caulking. Clean off the surface. It's a nice part of the dry erase. They erase off the wall. Good clean holes for our toggler bolts. Because it's in the shower, we want to make sure we're doing a nice job caulking the holes to prevent any water from getting behind the shower. We use a waterproof silicone caulk. Dries in 3 hours. Find it a little bit easier to use the hand squeeze caulk than the caulk guns. Caulk guns are quite big. And especially when you're doing the detail caulk at the end, it gets in the way. So, good. We got the caulk around the holes. I'll recap it. So we'll need it again in just a little bit, so I'll leave it handy for us. The toggler bolts, I guess they get the name because they toggle. As you put them through the 1/4 inch hole into the wall, you'll spread it out and then pull it tight so it gets a nice wide spread behind that drywall and the tile and won't pull out. We'll cinch that up with this collar, and then we'll snap the remaining toggler off and have a nice secure anchor for our toggle bolts. And that works just like so. Through the hole. Right now it's spread out. I always want to make sure it's level back there, getting a nice flat surface for that bolt. Then we'll cinch it up, pushing that collar right onto the caulk. There we go. Snap it off. That's the leftover part. We just throw that away. Do that again on the next hole. Coming in, spread it out. Pull it out nice and level. Push that collar right onto the caulk. Good. Same on the other side. Pull it tight, nice and level. Push the collar in. Sometimes on these holes, you do get right next to a stud. And if that toggle bolt, if you push it in, and you're right next to a stud, as you turn one way, it might be hitting that stud. So it might work vertical, but not horizontal. That's why you kind of come in and out a few times to make sure you're getting a good flat surface. Because if that's angled at all, now that screw can't come in and engage with the toggle itself. So, good and flat. Okay. Now we bring the grab bar back in. Get some bolts handy. Phillips head screwdriver. And we'll put that first one in place. Second bolt in place. I like to just get them started by hand. Probably just from experience of trying to start them with a power driver. Sometimes they'll not engage properly and it'll just snap that toggler off back into the wall, and then you have to take it all off and start over again. I also like to get all the bolts in place before we tighten them up completely. This one's fighting me a little bit. So I'm going to try to put that in. They're going in. Pretty tight fit on these guys. Good. Do the final tightening by hand. Nice, snug. Good. Just check it. Good, snug coupling. Very happy with this one. We'll come back to the caulking and finish it out. I'm going to put the second layer of caulk right over the screw, around the screw head, then on top of that screw head. Prevent water coming in from showering. Same on that bottom screw. Switching on over to the other side, around that screw head at the top. Coming in from the top. Keep that water out of the walls. Good. Now we'll take the tape off our end caps. Throw it away. Right off the end caps, snapping them in place. And finally we'll finish with yet one more application of caulk to fill in the holes. Good. Got the caulking in place. Last, we'll just smooth it out, and we'll be done. Smooth it out. Just use a rag and a wet finger. Put back my spray bottle. Keep the finger wet. Wipe off excess caulk. Again, the caulking has to dry for about 3 hours before it's ready to be exposed to a shower. Okay, caulking in place, smoothed out. And grab bars in place. Help take shower safely. Help get in and out of the shower with this one on the foot of tub wall or the control wall on the side wall. It's going to be helpful when you're standing in the shower. So that's it. That's a wrap.